Prostitution is still common in society, whether it is legal or illegal. Places where there are lots of bars or clubs, such as in Lockhart Road, Wan Chai, are where most of the prostitutes are stationed to get their job done in Hong Kong. In the past, during the World War, prostitutes, also known as sex workers, are used for sex to get pleasure and to comfort people's needs, though some volunteered to be sex workers. But most were forced or tricked, and they earned money for letting people use their body. But if they are doing it for money, wouldn't it be the same as any normal job, just like everybody else? If it is just another normal job, why are they illegal in most places? And if we had a choice, do you think that we should legalize prostitution? And why do many people think of them differently? Why are people looking down at them and thinking of them as sluts or sex slaves and even discriminating them? In this artwork, I wanted to understand what the meaning of prostitution is in other people's point of view. So, I created an easy and simple participatory artwork and activity for people to participate. Firstly, I would ask people whether or not they are interested in earning $1 to do a simple task. Since it involves money, a lot of people were interested and took part in this artwork. Then, I would tell them that in order to get that $1 coin, they had to hold my hand for 5 seconds. Simple, isn't it? Then again, I gave them another offer, but I reminded them that it was alright to refuse if they felt uncomfortable or if they felt like it was too extreme. So in order to earn an extra $1, they had to hug me for another 5 seconds. There are people who backed out and there are people who are still on. Once again, I offered them whether they want another $1, but this time they had to kiss me on the cheeks before receiving the money. As you may or may not see, there is a pattern here, where the physical interaction gets more and more extreme. The final chance that they can earn $1 more is to kiss me on the lips, which most of the people backed out. Afterwards, I asked the participants about what they felt about prostitution and other relevant questions about it. To you, what's the definition of prostitution?
Prostitution?
Yeah.
Paying someone for the services.
My definition of prostitution.
Yeah, what?
It's like, isn't the basic idea is that you are selling your body for sexual favors with like the exchange of money and stuff?
I guess to me it's just a normal job.
I'm not really sure about this, but generally we can say that people have sex in exchange of money. But actually I'm always thinking that, oh, what if some couples without love, even though those who are married, maybe they have married, you can say that they have a contract, but at some point maybe they are not really in love with each other. At last they just, only money and sex are there. And so is that also prostitution?
Because I gave you money to do stuff. Do you think that's prostitution?
No, I don't think so.
It's the same. Because I gave you money and you were selling it to me.
I don't think so. Yeah, for money.
Yeah.
Would you count yourself as a prostitute if you just did that?
I wouldn't think like that, but if you say the definition is actually getting paid to do something intimate, then I think maybe it's prostitute.
But so I just, because we don't have we have body touch, but the right thing, we don't have any further steps, so I think it's okay.
I think not really.
Why?
Because I'm
not that I don't have a mind to refuse, or I don't have a thought to refuse of what that people want to do. And actually, because just like I'm trying to be frank with you, so that's why I don't think that is prostitution.
So you mean like, but they are selling sex is a like more secret part in their body.
I wouldn't say what we did with prostitution if it wasn't really like sexual related.
But kissing is kind of sexual.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that is true.
We're all actors then.
Well, that's their job.
Isn't prostitution also their job?
That's a good question.
Prostitutes are looked down on rather than.
So how about porn? Yeah, like you said, porn stars, right? Are they prostitutes or?
A porn star prostitute?
Yeah, are they?
Okay, porn stars. I think that they're more, in a way, more safe than prostitutes are, because porn stars, like they do background checks and everything, if I understand correctly. So so if a woman gets a guy, they know that they don't have STDs. They know that they won't like have any risk of a sexual disease or something like that. But prostitution, you're always at risk to something like that, right?
So you're at risk.
I think that's the only difference to me. Like, I think you're still selling your body, but it's just like you're safer.
So you think of prostitution as a normal job?
No, I don't like it.
Oh, why?
Because I don't know why they have to do so. I think, yes, it is a dirty job, I think. Yeah, they have so many choice. They can be maybe just be a waitress in restaurant or some. There are a lot of jobs they can choose. So why they choose to do this? And I have an experience is I passed. I go to a mall called Putland Street, and there is a lot of that kind of workers here. And I'm with my friends that time, and some boy, and just some student, but they are boy, and they are just the same age with me. And when we pass through the street, those workers just yellow my friend, but they are so young. So I just I don't like it. My opinion is this is not a good thing to do.
Is it because of your moral? So you think?
Yeah, maybe.
You think having sexual activity should only be with someone you
love?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a traditional Chinese people.
Oh.
Because I think as a woman we should protect our body.
Oh.
Yeah. This is very important.
Just another job. I think it's some people get put into the wrong, like are forced into circumstances that they can't really get out of, and sometimes that's the only solution they can find at the moment, especially when people are maybe don't have the education that it requires to take up any job. So I think it is just another job, but it's like a negative thing. Like if they could be something else, maybe they would choose to. Well, I have a different opinion though on places where prostitution is legalized. Like example Hong Kong, because I know more about this country and city, whatever it's called. Like I think people who are prostitutes here, they have no reason to be a prostitute because the government gives people money. Like if you don't have enough money to survive in Hong Kong, the government funds you because they don't want to see any street sleepers or anyone around doing things bad. They give you a house, and I have like examples of friends who own houses that the government has given them because they don't have enough money. So the only reason you're a prostitute is maybe because you're spending that money on drugs or alcohol or something else. And so I don't think that that's a valid reason. I don't think that you have to be a prostitute, and I think that it's like it's not necessary. So you're doing the job for the wrong purposes.
Do you think that it's dirty to sell their body, or what?
I think it's very. I can't really say anything on that. I wouldn't want to look down on them, and I can understand how they don't have. Sometimes people don't have a choice to do the work, so I don't think it's dirty because of their intention. Their intentions aren't, they aren't perverted in any way. I did read an article before about how in Hong Kong, like a lot of people from the Philippines and Indonesia who come to Hong Kong to do domestic work, they end up not being able to like pay the bills and stuff just with their domestic work, so they have to resort to prostitution because that's the only other job that they can get. Like even their domestic work, they don't earn enough money, so they need the extra help. For me, like ideally, I would hope that it's illegal so that the whole industry just like collapses and it doesn't continue anymore, and so like the people can find, like the people won't have to resort to prostitution. Yeah, but then again, when you make it illegal, it's kind of criminalizing them, and I don't want that to happen either.
Because people are still pretty conventional towards this issue, and I think legalize it will bring more discussion to the society.
So you don't discriminate them for who they are. You treat them as normal people?
Yeah, because I've read some books before, and it is about how the sex workers are to be respected by us. There are normal jobs that should not be discriminated.
I thought, yes, this is also a choice. They can make a choice. I believe if people want to work, they can just be a cleaner or a dishwasher rather than a prostitute. But why do people finally chose to be that? Because it's easy, or even somebody will enjoy it. I've heard of some story about the real prostitute, how their life are, and some of them really want to get out of that industry, and they tried so hard because they've already get used to that living style. And if you legalize taking drugs in Holland, everybody can take, and you will see on the street many coffee shops, many people are taking weeds in Holland. So I don't want to see all of the prostitutions are in the coffee shop, so I won't prefer to legalize it.
I watched the movie Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah.
And then it reminded me of how they forced.
So sad. It's
yeah,
so sad.
how they forced children to work at such a young
Poor
age.
kids, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
That's what I mean. Like they're given circumstances that they can't get out of. They have no education at all. They have no money at all. They have no idea how to get a job, let alone that they have no idea that they can get a job other than prostitution. And so they're stuck in this industry that they have no way out of. And they don't even get half the money. It's like people who are in charge of them, they get majority of the money.